Alright, there we go. I just got to like the fight thing showing up.
Simone the Digger.
Oh.
Rayner, the White Lantern.
Two men born of Earth with the willpower to pierce the heavens and conquer infinity.
Yeah, okay, so we have Snack Cakes and Boy Skull, who's like the usual suspect. And we also have Jazz, who's a big Kyle Rayner fan. This is not his first time being here. He was here for Joker versus Giorno. I don't remember if he guessed that one right or wrong.
No, I guessed that one wrong.
Another Giorno bone.
Okay, to be fair, Jazz has only seen JoJo's and Berserk. Those are the only two anime he's ever seen. Yeah.
Activated the mysterious buried mech that Kamina named Lagan.
I tried watching this anime and I got bored in the first few episodes. I bet it's really good, but
I liked it. It's
I
been
did
a
not
while
like
since
it.
I've seen it.
Huh?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I liked it a lot.
I think I need to give it a second chance.
Yeah. It kind of just becomes like a different show halfway through.
Breakable brotherly bond, Gurren and Lagan merged, creating Gurren Lagan.
With Kamina piloting the body and Simone the head, these two were unstoppable.
Of all the
Yeah, like I don't even think the mech showed up in the first episode. They were just like slaves digging in a cave.
and capable of making any weapon they can imagine. Until Kamina died. Oh, wait, shit, was that supposed to happen?
Nope, and it was all Simone's fault. He let his willpower waver, and his soul brother paid the price. After all, he was just a humble digger.
Are they gonna say how Kamina died? Do you know?
Fuck, I forgot. I need to rewatch it. It's been so long.
It was Simone who found Lagan, Simone who pierced the surface, and Simone who would now lead humanity to victory.
Especially with his gal pal Nia at his side, who helped pull him out of his rut and kick Lord Genome's ass.
I bet she died.
But victory only lasted 7 years before the anti-spiral attacked.
Unimaginably powerful godlike aliens, the anti-spiral feared humanity's potential, what they dubbed the spiral nemesis.
Remember how Gurren Lagann runs on fighting spirit? Turns out that's just a manifestation of spiral power.
Just as the spiral turned inward represents endless obsession and madness, the spiral turned outward spins forever into infinity, the perfect representation of humanity's evolutionary potential.
Potential Simone would use as he led Team Dai Gurren across the multiverse to take the fight to the anti-spiral. And this
These
is
are some
when
cringy
Gurren Lagann
Power
gets
Rangers
crazy.
outfit.
Channeling spiral power lets you constantly adapt to threats, no matter how overwhelming, and even merge Gurren Lagann with bigger and stronger machines.
Creating the Arc Gurren Lagann.
This was kind of broken.
I don't even think they've gotten to the broken stuff yet. This sounds very basic so far.
I quote, all time
Yeah, there we go.
dimensions, all within a Planck instant.
That's the smallest unit of time physically
Yeah, now they're getting
possible.
to the crazy
Meaning
stuff.
each laser would have to be moving 4.6 times 10 to the 117th power times faster than light.
That's a big number, bro.
Well, looks like this wins the award for fastest calculated speed feat in our show's history. Congratulations, Gurren Lagann.
Whoever, SpongeBob, you've been dethroned. Oh, and the guidebook says they hit an innumerable number of enemies across
Dude, this is
infinite
crack.
universes. You literally cannot calculate how fast that is.
But it wasn't enough to escape the anti-spiral's greatest trap. The
Yo, it's
multiverse
Requiem.
infinite number of alternate realities that controlled his mind.
Simone absorbed that whole multiverse to escape.
What makes this even more impressive is that this labyrinth was 11-dimensional, meaning Simone absorbed a higher dimensional structure several orders of infinity greater than himself. The jump between dimensions is basically infinite. Each new dimension adds a new direction of space that extends infinitely, thus an infinite gap in size and scope.
What?
Oh, we're
I
just
think this
getting
is the
started.
first time
Imagine
Death
a
Battle has had to
two-dimensional
describe
drawing
like the
interacting
gap
with a
between
three-dimensional
dimensions.
person.
in an
Okay,
episode before.
That's not too far off from what actually happened.
Because when
Dude,
Simone
it's
absorbed the
simple,
multiverse labyrinth, he merged with every alternate universe version of himself, including an alternate universe Simone, who is writing his own alternate universe version of Gurren Lagann, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
This is when Gurren Lagann gets actually fucking
Wait,
crazy.
they didn't even call
Like
that the crazy
shooting
stuff?
missiles that alter probabilities so they have a 100% chance of hitting you, or tossing galaxies around like frisbees.
Hey,
Sorry,
Jazz.
did I say galaxies? I meant
Your boy might be
universes.
good.
Simon's power was so immense that he started generating super spirals.
Nah, this is too much. I'm holding out.
Dude, I thought they got to the crazy stuff, then they said, we're now getting to the crazy stuff.
By willing it back into existence.
Like when Lord Genome used spiral power to survive quantum breakdown, or the time Mia, now the best wife in the universe, used spiral power to constantly regenerate her body from being erased at the informational level. For
How
7
is
days straight.
Kyle even
Information
gonna
in
kill
physics
him?
is essentially the ones and zeros that make up every possible.
He can just think himself back.
No, I was gonna have like a nuh button that just makes negates everything. Just nullifies. You're right.
Simone evolved one more time.
Into Super Tengen Toppa
Okay, man.
Gurren Lagann!
This mech is so big, its size is literally incalculable.
Reminder,
With a drill somehow
this show is
larger
25
than
episodes
Simone
long.
shattered the
He does all this in 25 episodes.
And you said it changes
Universe.
like
Indomitable human
genres halfway through. I mean, he probably did this in
Simon's
11.
drill is the drill that would pierce the
Yeah.
Yo, one episode for each dimension.
chose to walk the earth for the rest of his days in service to others.
always looking up. For all the lights in the sky are stars.
All thanks to a humble digger.
Yo, he said digger at the end like it was a slur. I got in the 1 minute ad. That's crazy. It's like not skippable until a minute passes.
The greatest Green Lantern
Yo,
among them
Justice
was
reference?
everyone's favorite, Hal Jordan.
You know him. You love him.
No, my favorite's
You
Guy Gardner.
might hate him. But
Yeah.
you respect the man with a will as unbreakable as Hal's.
Until the day his will broke.
After his hometown got completely obliterated, Hal lost his mind. He
I'm pretty
rampaged
sure they
through the
just said
core,
that in
killing
Evil Entity
everyone in
took
his
over.
path, and absorbed the central power battery, the literal Green Lantern.
Becoming the Emerald Tyrant, Parallax.
There was only one
Yeah.
survivor of Parallax's killing spree, Ganthet. And with what remained of his strength, he gave the last Green Lantern ring in the universe to a human, Kyle Rayner.
From what I've heard, I think this is why people hated Kyle Rayner at first. Because his introduction, like, character assassinated Hal Jordan.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Sweet and a sentient box can master it. What's your excuse, Kyle?
The Green Lantern ring can do anything, fulfilling any wish its user desires
Oh,
as
there we go.
genie from
There we go. It can do anything, guys. It can do anything.
Affect gravity, turn invisible and intangible, manipulate matter, time travel, warp reality, and erase things from existence.
There we go.
Think we're exaggerating? Well, consider the time Kyle stretched the very fabric of space to increase the Planck length a billion times over. That's like stretching an
What?
inch into a light year.
Yo, I bet they're about to break. It'd be really funny if this breaks the fastest speed feat in Death Battle. Like after they just did it in the last analysis.
And the rings have an artificial
Oh,
intelligence that
they do
operates
it
just
again.
as fast, automatically protecting its user from danger.
Like the time that Boozer Kilowog survived.
Like they were saying something Planck time. It makes Simon the fastest character in Death Battle. Then they say like 8 minutes later, Kyle has super Planck time, so now he's the fastest character in Death Battle.
Because he's a comic book artist. And we go from this
I can
show.
see that. I can see
They think
that.
of some wild shit.
But the Green Lantern's most recognizable ability is their constructs. Kyle's
Simon would have had the record for a very short time.
Dragons, actual working home computers, and his favorite, Super Fighting Robots. Hey, that one looks familiar.
Kyle can make them strong enough to lift the Spectre, who weighs as much as eternity.
Or hold back a 12.3
Brother.
dimensional Big Bang. Wait,
Comics.
0.3? DC's multiverse has 12.3 dimensions? That
Yo, Kyle's got it. Gurren Lagann was 11, but DC is 12. Kyle's gonna clutch up.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
He is. I think he is.
Kyle's biggest weakness was Kyle. With great power came no responsibility.
Perhaps a manifestation of Kyle's self-doubt. Any reflection came too late, though, when one of Kyle's villains brutally murdered his
Oh, is this the
girlfriend,
fridge
Alex,
moment?
and put her body in a fridge.
Kyle wasn't the
Yeah.
only one traumatized. This moment was so infamous, it started the trope called fridging.
For how female characters are often sacrificed as mere plot devices to further a male character's development.
So it might surprise you that it happened to Kyle again.
Kyle's
Oh
finally
my
got
goodness,
serious.
that happened
He became
twice.
a prominent member of the Justice League, faced off against Hal,
That's so
and even
troll,
rebuilt
bro.
the Green Lantern Corps better than ever.
But little did he know, this torchbearer's greatest journey had only just begun. The yellow light of fear lets Kyle manipulate the worst horrors in your mind. The more scared you are of him, the stronger he becomes.
Orange light
Well,
is
that's
fueled
not
by
gonna work
bottomless
against
avarice,
Simon.
possessing Kyle to absorb not merely his enemies' attacks, but also their souls.
Red is rage,
Ooh, that was
ripping
good.
out Kyle's heart and
For all
replacing his
they were
blood with
like
napalm.
yapping about
which sounds like it sucks,
Simon
but
the
it's
Digger,
metal as
they
hell.
didn't mention
Blue
any
light is
soul
powered
stuff.
by hope and allows Kyle to heal wounds, resist mental domination, and supercharge his ring.
Indigo is compassion, reducing his opponent's will to fight and letting him open portals
Oh.
across space, connecting him to others.
The final one was the Sapphire
what's gonna
Light
do
of
it.
Love.
It gets rid of
With it, he can
willpower.
trap enemies within crystal matrices and control their minds. But Kyle only mastered it by forgiving himself for Alex's tragic death, with total control over the power of light.
Yeah, this is
Wiz,
where
I
it
cannot
gets
think of
a
an
little
attack
busted.
more useless in a
Just a little
death
bit.
battle than something that makes you
Just a little
live.
bit.
Empowered by the physical embodiment of all life in the DC
Oh,
multiverse,
is this the life
Kyle is
equation?
vastly more powerful than any other lantern in existence. Not only can Kyle instantly heal all wounds, purify corruption, and resurrect the dead, the
Eh?
white light of life is strong enough to go up
He's
against
gonna
threats
like
to all of
revive
creation.
Kamina the fuck with Simone.
Okay, so it's not totally useless.
Especially after Kyle visited the source and acquired the life equation. Essentially the source code to reality.
Oh,
The
it's
life
over.
equation is mathematical proof that life is worth living.
That's a really neat concept.
Even threatening the new gods like Darkseid.
The life equation, like its counterpart, the anti-life equation, is a conceptual artifact from a higher reality, originating in a platonic realm that is, in a sense, more real than we are.
So it's not a shock that the equation
Okay,
made
so I guess
Kyle
the-
too powerful.
He struggled
That's
to
actually
control it,
insane.
and it subconsciously
Oh, yeah,
manifests
Kyle's
the being
losing, bro.
composed of his fears and anxieties. Oblivion.
I was gonna say they put both Kyle and Simon at this reality above fiction power level. So to say maybe they're equal in strength, but apparently Kyle can't hold the power within himself without separating it. So he's probably gonna lose.
Kyle once and for all.
Not bad
Yeah,
for a
see,
comic
that
book
was
geek
sick.
from LA.
And now he was the one giving
It kind of
out
reminds
praises
me of
unlimited
like
power to people
Wanda
who weren't
versus
sure they could
Zatanna,
So
or
he
Scarlet
told
Witch
them the
versus
truth.
Zatanna.
You can't teach someone how to use such power. You have to learn
Hold
yourself.
on, I will wait
Make
until
mistakes
this
along the
ends,
way.
so I don't have people
Power of
complaining in the
life
comments that I
after
talked over
there's
too
no
much.
end to their journey. Only endless beginnings.
Alright,
All right, no.
do we want it?
Yeah, let me pause it.
Okay.
Alright, pause. Okay, so it reminds me of Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna, where they were saying that both Wanda and Zatanna were equal in power, but Zatanna reaches her maximum power just fine. But for Scarlet Witch to reach her maximum power, she has to go like crazy or insane. She can't control it, and that's why she lost. And I could see them using similar reasoning for Kyle here.
So, because Kyle can get to that point, but has that weakness, it's gonna be Simon.
Yeah, meanwhile, Simon gets to that power and it's just no drawbacks. I don't think there was a single weakness listed in his 8-minute analysis.
I think the willpower thing is what what's gonna get him. If
that is
Kyle can
huge.
just make him not want to fight, and that's what powers the robot is the willpower. I feel like that's what's gonna do it.
There was something similar to that in Joker versus Giorno. Like, GER can reduce your willpower to 0, but Joker had social links that can recharge his willpower, so that's how he got around it. And I'm wondering if Simon has any way to bring his willpower back if he loses it. Yeah, I mean, he can't will it back. It's gone.
Yeah. So we're gonna do prediction.
Oh, there was something else. Oh, yeah, I said the soul thing, too. That also sounds valuable against Simon. Simon's analysis was really long, and I don't think they gave him any resistance to having his soul pulled out.
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he, absorbed a multiverse.
Okay, but I think both of them did that.
I guess he just has multiple Simone souls in him.
Yo, that's insane. That's what they did with Shigaraki with the vestiges.
Like how that turned out.
This matchup is really close. I knew it was close just from hearing bits and pieces from the community, but I didn't invest myself into the debate too much. But after listening to the analyses, like, dang, this is close. Both of them have really insane arsenals.
Yeah. It's crazy. Alright. I still think Kyle's gonna take it. I think comic books are gonna comic book and just...
What about you, Jazz? Are you still betting on Kyle?
Yeah, I'm putting my prediction down for Kyle.
You're biased.
I like both of them, but I think just the track record we have is just comic book characters just win.
Hey, what if Simon, through his immeasurable willpower, breaks the curse? He's the first character to be a DC Herald.
That would be great. That would be cool.
People thought it was going to be Ben 10, and we saw what happened to him.
Yeah. No. Oh, but Alien X, guys, trust me.
The Alien X glaze the week before that episode came out was insane.
Dude.
I'm going to bet on Kyle. I'm not Kyle. I'm going to bet on Simon just because of the lack of weaknesses in his analysis. But...
yeah. This is close. This is a close one.
There's also, like, he can manipulate probability to make your attacks miss.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god. They're both just not going to be able to hit each other.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so if he has just the life equation, I feel like that's similar to the spiral power, and they would just, again, nullify each other.
And that's insane.
Because he literally just has, the meaning of life. He has it just in him. You can't kill life itself.
They'll find a way, bro. Oh, we'll land. Dude, this would not be a battle that I'd be comfortable betting money on. We've had some, I think we said this last time, how the past few death battles we've gotten, I've been, I would put, $50 on my prediction winning. Doomslayer winning was obvious. Kratos winning was obvious. I knew Joker was going to win. I knew Eggman was going to win, but I didn't really... I knew Bowser was going to win, but I was really hoping he wouldn't.
I knew Shigaraki was going to win.
That was really unfortunate. I was in a similar case as, Bowser versus Eggman, I want one person to win, but I know they're not.
Yeah, that's how Eggman. Yeah, I wanted Eggman to win, but Bowser just he's got more cartoony logic and bullshit and fucking.
And I knew the Fall Guys were gonna win in that Goofy All episode.
Yeah, I knew Fall Guys were just their durability.
Also, they use Twitter feeds, which is so absurd.
What?
But yeah, you could not, gun to my head, you tell me to predict this episode and I'm going to say pull the trigger.
I can't do it.
Alright, I'm gonna put my money on Simon, not my actual money. I'm just gonna bet on Simon, just so, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm gonna bet on Simone,
Yeah.
just so that we're not all unanimous.
don't have Dom to be the contrarian.
Right, so it's my job now.
We don't. Oh, I'm at the part where there's the combatants are ready.
Okay, I've got to skip forward a little bit. Currently, there is an ad with like Beerus with an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I'm glad that episode got nuked off of YouTube though. Like Galaxia versus Beerus is no longer accessible, and I'm happy because that was such an undeserved win for Beerus.
That was such a bad episode. Alright. Let's see. Oh.
Alright, I'm not rusty at all.
Ooh.
Hey dude, Green Lantern Officer Kyle Rayner here. Ring says you've got a Class A galactic super
Oh, it's the
weapon,
same
whatever
star.
that is. I'm thinking it's the giant
same
mech.
star as Green
Why don't you
Lantern
hand it over?
versus Finn.
Gurren Lagann's mine, officer. Just who the hell do you think you are?
Okay.
Yo, Luigi.
I'm told I'm bad with authority.
Tell me about it. 4.
That's nothing! My drill will pierce the heavens! Take it to Gurren Lagann!
Okay, that's kind of crazy. They just went to their super forms after like 30 seconds.
I'm a digger.
We do the impossible.
See the invisible.
Touch the untouchable.
Break the unbreakable.
If you ain't know,
Now you know! I'm Simone the Digger! If there's a wall in my way, I'll smash it down!
Imagine if he digged through the source wall. That's not doing crap. I'm so sorry. That move is getting
your
long.
love of your friends, your compassion for me, your hope for the future. Choose life.
Have faith in the Simone that believes in you.
Super taken to the Gurren Lagann! My drill is the drill that will transcend the heavens! Giga Drill Free!
Alright, that's cool. That was hype.
The super weapon wasn't your mech.
It was me.
Then,
Okay, that's
Simone,
it.
I'm taking you in brightest day, in blackest night. No evil shall escape my
Dude, I
sight.
think it's so insane.
Let
That
those
I'm gonna
who
start
worship
using.
evil's might. Beware my power. Green Lantern fly!
Let's see you grit those teeth!
You'd make a good lantern.
Simone of Earth, you have been chosen.
Just who the hell do you think I am?
Damn.
KO!
Okay, pause it real quick.
These sunglasses!
Alright,
Okay.
paused.
I was gonna say, I thought it was so neat how that battle got to such a vast scale that it exploded back to just like ground level combat.
Yeah.
And when he said the super weapon is me, hype moments and aura, absolute cinema.
Dude, that was peak. That was a very good one.
And taking Kyle's ring at the end, that's also sick. I mean, to some people, it's probably going to come across as disrespect, but I would like to see it as Kyle just passing down the torch.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was good. I mean, why did so at the end?
Yeah. Right. Why do you punch him with the hand he has the ring on? Is he stupid?
I'm trying to think of any reason why he would punch with the hand he has the ring on. Like, maybe that's his dominant hand?
Yeah, it's just a joke food. I mean, it lived, so, like, the ring survived, but...
Yeah.
Also, there were so many references to other death battles in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want... At some point, I want to go back and through and try to find them all, because the music at the end even sounded like Scarlet Witch versus Zatanna. The, Spellaholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
And they had some of the lyrics for referencing Will of the Drill. What were you about to say?
Just the dialogue at the beginning. They got me invested. They had a Street Fighter reference. You got me.
I was jump scared by Tiger Woods.
Yeah, Tiger Woods was crazy.
Oh yeah, when you said it was Shenron, I thought that was the dragon from Iron Fist versus Poe.
Oh.
Hey, it might have been. Both of them are really long dragons.
I was thinking either Shenron or like Shang Tsung's dragon.
There's a lot of really long dragons. Maybe you just pick your favorite.
Was that just one of his fatalities? Where he just turns into a dragon, or was that an animality?
That would. I mean, I wouldn't know. You're the Mortal Kombat player.
Kang's animality.
No, it was Liu Kang's. Was it Liu Kang's animality? Oh yeah, because Shang Tsung's was the snake.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Liu Kang's animality in MK3 or whatever.
When both combatants possess unlimited power, it's hard to judge them by our normal standards. Take speed. Simone can hit an infinite number of targets all at once, and Kyle can fly fast enough to surpass the normal concept of speed itself.
When you control space and time, things like strength and speed kind of become irrelevant.
Instead, let's analyze them through a lens more applicable to beings as absurd as Simone and Kyle. Their imagination, their willpower,
Those are
and
three
their ultimate potential.
obscure topics.
Imagination. The boundless things they could conjure to use against the other. Both could think up just about anything the other could. General, Kyle's constructs were a lot more
it's not
creative
just
than
spam
Simone's
drills
arsenal,
and
which was mostly drills. Though again, nothing Simone couldn't adapt to with, say, his energy absorption. Imagination
Why are you
is a
making
draw.
these
That leads to
obscure
the other main
topics
factor
just to
for
make
both
it a
characters,
tie?
the origin of their unbelievable might, their willpower.
And that's really gonna be the winning factor here, since it's the source of everything for both of them. Whoever's got the stronger willpower wins.
Both can manipulate reality on a multiversal scale with their willpower, but we can use dimensions to roughly calculate a difference. This might sound
I wish y'all could
absurd
see
for
the
most
face I'm
characters,
making.
but it's necessary for beings as beyond the pale as Simone and
This
Kyle.
is not
The
willpower
multiverse
as a
labyrinth that
topic.
Simone
This is
absorbed
just
contains
dimensional
11
scaling as a
spatial
topic, which
dimensions.
makes a lot
That's
more sense.
1.3 dimensions less than the multiverse Kyle's power can threaten.
And remember, each numbered dimension infinitely surpasses the one below it.
Which meant Kyle's willpower was stronger at a base level. However, that doesn't necessarily mean Kyle gets the
That
edge,
12
because if
is
there's
bigger
one thing
than
both of these guys
11
are
is
known
something I
for,
brought up
it's that
during
they can always get
Kyle's
stronger.
analysis.
So to determine the limits of their willpower, we first need to understand
Bro.
their full potential.
Simone's whole deal with spiral power is how he can constantly evolve to get stronger. So just because Simone starts off weaker doesn't mean he'll stay that way.
Absorbing the multiverse labyrinth required Simone to leapfrog several orders of infinity in an instant. Simone made himself that much stronger through sheer force of will.
More than enough to close the gap with Kyle, especially since spiral power also lets him regenerate his body down to an informational level.
Oh,
Kyle's
so,
never
like,
destroyed
you
something
couldn't
that
kill him, I
thoroughly
guess.
before.
Without the ability to easily kill Simone, it was only a matter of time before everything, that is, except for the life equation. It originated from a higher level of reality and would have more than even the odds.
Too bad Kyle couldn't control it.
Yeah,
It was
I
just
called
as
it.
much a detriment to him as an asset. forcing him to relinquish it to keep from destroying reality and himself.
Compare that to Simone, who merged with a version of himself writing a version of Gurren Lagann, and using spiral power to make that fiction into reality.
A pretty similar level of reality to the life equation, and a level of power Simone had no trouble embracing and mastering by the end of the
that's
story.
exactly what
no
I
matter
said.
how you look at it, Simone
Kyle
might
has
seem
weaknesses
weaker,
and
but his
Simone
peak
doesn't.
will always transcend Kyle's. Isn't that how all of Simone's battles usually go anyway? That's Gurren Lagann in a nutshell.
So Simone's incredible potential eclipsed Kyle, which means his willpower was ultimately greater. Kyle may have embodied life itself, but Simone's unstoppable evolutionary potential would shatter even this lantern's light.
I hope Kyle at least dug the fight, because when it comes to death battle losers, he was a dead ringer.
The winner,
Dang.
Simone the Digger.
Next time on Death
next
Battle.
Bro, no, not this.
Subscribe and join as a member to
Dude,
see
I was gonna
more
be
Death
so
Battle.
excited
Thanks
to
for
tell
watching.
Dom that the next time was Gru versus Megamind, and instead it's boring. Wile E. Coyote versus Tomcat.
It's gonna be like Scooby versus Courage, where they don't actually kill each other. It's gonna be some goofy,
I know. I think they'll actually kill one of them in this one. I don't think it'll be some brutal kill, but I feel like Wile E. Coyote dies a lot in his own dies in quotation marks a lot in his own show. That I don't know. He like one of his own traps goes off on him, and so he dies. But with Scooby versus Courage, they're both really lovable dogs that no one actually wants to see die.
yeah.
Making Tomcat die would be ugly, but I definitely think they would have no problem killing off Wile E. Coyote.
It's true. Well, that was awesome. That was a pretty good one. That was a really good one. Yeah.
Man,
I think that's one of the better ones.
I mean, I think this whole season, except for like Kratos versus Azra, has been one of the better ones.
Oh, definitely. They are definitely cooking. Next episode,
It's those 1 month working times. My biggest issue with the 1 month waiting periods is that if it's a boring matchup, you're waiting 2 months for another real episode.
Yeah.
Imagine, there's no way they do this, but imagine if after Wile E. Coyote versus Tomcat, we get Aang versus Genshin Impact.
Oh, no. Yeah. See y'all in August. Oh, my God.
Before we got off, I wanted to ask Jazz specifically, as like our resident Kyle Rayner fan, what he thought about the episode as a whole. And like if the analysis was an accurate portrayal of the character.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what you said, how he does have weaknesses, and that's kind of what ended up being the case, even if his highs are what, as far as I know, could be higher. But look, he made a drill with all the colors of the lantern, so like, I think he's cooler.
Yeah, that was definitely the like peak cinema. That battle was peak cinema.